hole number D, or letter D, which consists of 2 of the 4-compartment ChirpyNest units, some super gourds, and some horizontal plastic gourds. I'm going to do a change out on number 9, but in order to do that, I'm going to pull the tray out of number 12, which is a vacant compartment this year. You can see number 12, this is the nest that I made as a pre-nest. So for the nest change on number 9, I'll pop the front, set the front down, I'll pull the tray. You can see the young, how they're much larger than the last one. This young hatched about May 31st. This is June 10th, so they are roughly 11 days old. To change it out, we'll just move young from one tray to the next. And we'll put the tray back in. Before they do that, I want to clean out the bottom. The ChirpyNest has a cavity opening in the back. I take a scraper, push out the nest debris. That keeps the ventilation channel open. If you notice in the inside, you can see the opening in the back, which creates a ventilation flow through the chamber, up through the screened bottom, and out the opening in the front, as well as the Purple Martin cutout openings on the front panel. We'll close the front. This is one of the experimental tabs that I've used this year, trying to come up with the closing. And that's it on a ChirpyNest change. Now the bedding I'll put over here, and we will look at it just a little bit. Now I'm going to do a change out on the Super Gourd number 10, which should contain 6 young that hatched roughly around June 2nd or June 4th. Now we'll go ahead and, to save time, I'll go ahead and make what I call a bedding donut. I take pine needles, kind of put them together and sort of twist them into a little compartment that I'll use to put inside the gourd once I change it out. I'll use this tray to put the old bedding in so I can examine it, and I'll use this box to put the young in as I'm changing out the bedding. The advantage of the ChirpyNest is you don't have to put the young in a box and take the bedding out. You can do it all in one step. These young, you can see they're roughly 5 days old. Doesn't hurt to handle them as long as you handle them gently, which is fragile as they look. It can be a challenge. Okay, I'll set those in the box. Cloud cover is over. Now I'll pull the old bedding out. See how the old bedding consists of a lot of leaves? Notice the blowfly larvae. We'll look at that a little closer, but I like to do the change as quick as possible so that the birds aren't away for any longer than necessary. Blowfly larvae develop in all nesting compartments. I've had them in the ChirpyNest as well as this, but the change out gets rid of the first batch, and a secondary change out in a gourd is usually necessary. A second change out in the ChirpyNest seems to not be necessary. So that's all the material that was in there. I'm going to ahead and install a new batch of nesting material. I'm going to add a little bit more. And then I'll spread it out and cushion it and make a bowl. And I can put the young back now. I'll put them back one at a time. Two, three, four, 5, and 6. Now, if you can get a shot in there, you can see how they've nestled back in. 6 young and nice clean bedding. I'll go ahead and close this off and raise it, and then we'll look at the bedding material and show you the reason for doing these nest changes. If there were more nest ready, I'd go ahead and do the other changes that would need to be done. But as you can see, those young were just a little younger than I like to do. But I wanted to show the comparison between the two while we were at it. Once I secure the rope, we'll look at the bedding. And if it, from the look of the sky, we may have a storm rolling in, and that would limit us to how much we could do today anyway. Alright, let's bring this over to the cart. This is my chart of what cavities had potential changes today. We did number 9 and number 10. Number 11 is a horizontal gourd, which is the same age as the one we just changed, so I decided not to fool with that today. I'll let them get a couple of more days older. The bedding I will sort through a little bit. Most of the pine straw is stuff that I put in. Most of the other bedding is material that the birds brought in. And all the old leaves here are the green leaves that they bring in during incubation that develop from this nest. You can see they form, with all the leaves, they form a tight little massive layer. And that layer is the perfect hiding spot for the blowfly larvae as they develop. Now we'll get down to the bottom and take some of these out and find the not too bad. I thought I saw more of them when we were changing. That is a blowfly larvae right there. That's a young one. As these grow and as the babies grow, these get to be upwards to 1/2 of an inch. And you can see them, a lot of the nest parasites moving around and a lot of little insect parts, mites. All that is debris that accumulates in the nest. And by doing a nest change, you can eliminate that. And at the very least, have it to redevelop. But in the ideal situation, getting rid of this large amount to begin with will help keep the nest clean. Here's another one of the blowfly. See this? That's a blowfly larvae that's moving around right here. What that does is they hide in the bottom of your nesting material when they're not feeding, and they come out, attach themselves to the young, suck blood, and feed. The life cycle of a blowfly is very short, a number of days, so you can have many generations during a nesting season, and they can devastate a brood of birds. Not every cavity gets blowfly, but ones that do usually have quite a few. If we had done this change in another week, there would probably be 10 times as many blowflies. Let's dump out the ChirpyNest container. You can see some of the insects and different debris that fell through the screen while it was sitting here. All these live between this leaf layer, so that's part of the reason I like to do a change, to get rid of that habitat. When you put just pine needles in, it allows those small insects and the insect eggs to fall through the screen and at least make it more difficult to get up to the birds. But as I do a change out, I'll scrape that out the back and try to keep the nest as clean as possible. You can see there's still a number, there we go, there's still a lot of nest parasites that get in this nest, and without that leaf layer they have less areas to hide. So we'll come back to this in a week to 10 days and do another test, and to see, have a comparison between this nest change and the next one. So what we did today was pole D, compartment number 9, ChirpyNest, and pole D, Super Gourd number 10.